Hello and welcome to Alchemist Accelerator Demo Day Class 32. It's been a long time coming. Our startups have worked incredibly hard since they were admitted to this program. We've done a super intensive customer discovery, outreach. Since Alchemist began 10 years ago, we've expanded our definition of what an enterprise-focused startup means. And these days, our companies are selling to governments, they're selling to chemical companies, they're selling to automotive industrial companies. It's been really exciting to work alongside them as our scope expands and as our startups become more and more ambitious. It's been a privilege being associated with Alchemist from day one, being in a position to build the boutique program for our government and corporate clients, but this has been my first rotation working side by side with our startups for 6 months. I couldn't be prouder to introduce you to these graduating companies across a range of incredible industries. They really do feel like companies that are capable of changing the world, and I can't wait for you to meet them. In the 10 years since we started, Alchemist has accelerated over 500 startups. They've raised more than $2.3 billion in venture capital, and the portfolio as a whole is now worth more than $10 billion. Alchemist companies attract great investors. Some of the most well-known and accomplished investors in the world invest in our companies. Alchemist companies make fantastic acquisition targets. A lot of our companies take the M&A route and with very, very respectable multiples. We are backed by some of the world's leading investors and corporate venture capital groups. We're very proud to call them our partners. Speaking of partners, I want to extend a very special thank you to our sponsors. They provide perks and benefits to our currently enrolled startups that can make the difference between a startup struggling and a startup succeeding enormously. And so a very special thank you to AWS, Figure, WilmerHale, Zendesk, Leica, Morrison Foerster, Workwise, HubSpot, and Hyperspace Ventures for all that you do for our amazing startups. Thank you. It's such a privilege to work with our incredible leadership team, boasting careers at everywhere from Draper Fisher Jurvetson to Microsoft to Berkeley Skydeck. A new addition to our leadership team, longtime coach and mentor Ido Sarig, is now our managing director for Alchemist Memphis. It's my pleasure to introduce Alchemist Memphis, an innovative program that we're running in partnership with Ridgeline VC and Epicenter Memphis. Based in America's heartland, in a concentration of corporations working on logistics, value-added supply chain, and healthcare, Alchemist Memphis will send startups from the region to the core Alchemist flagship program, with an emphasis on founders from underrepresented backgrounds, including African American, Latinx, and Indigenous founders. I couldn't be more excited to welcome Ido, Ridgeline, and Epicenter Memphis to the Alchemist family. I know this program is going to be transformative. Another transformative program, Alchemist X right now is running the AWS Healthcare Accelerator with a focus on the harried and overstressed workforce, the folks who have been delivering healthcare through a global pandemic for the last 3 years. This partnership with AWS aims to find technologies and tools that will help that workforce function more efficiently and sanely as we face the future. That's only one of Alchemist X's many partners. That business is thriving under the able leadership of Ian Bergman, and it's really exciting for me to watch that business grow. Of course, the full-time leadership team are only one part of the huge community that makes Alchemist startups successful. We are forever indebted to our incredible mentors and coaches whose faces you will see on these slides. You'll see many of these faces again on the slides of our startups as they demo, because these folks come on board as really hands-on advisors, helping to craft the narrative, helping to raise money for our incredible startups. So to our coaches and mentors, thank you. We could not do this without you. The coaches and mentors all have profiles in the Vault. The Vault is really an engine for our success. It's custom software. You may be watching Demo Day through the Vault right now. Let's have a look at how it works. You'll notice that there's a button called Connect. Connect will be your way for us to connect you directly into the founders, for anybody that you want to meet or chat with. There's a button next to Connect called Reserve. Reserve is our gift to high conviction investors to mitigate the situation where the big institutions will crowd out the smaller checks. The way Reserve works is that if you have high conviction in an investment, we ask that you click on Reserve, and we will in turn ask the founders to prioritize your interest above others. In return, we're asking you to make a decision within 7 days. So you do also need to respect the founder and get back to them with a yes or no within 7 days to stay in our good graces. The button next to that is share. We also value and treasure people that share. So if you see a company that's not within your wheelhouse, but you know of someone else who might be interested, please share that company with that person's contact and we'll send them an overview. And they can choose to connect if it's of interest. We pay attention to people who share, even if you don't directly invest in companies, in terms of repeat invites to our exclusive demo day. Now, in addition to these standard features, there are some beloved features for our virtual demo day participants to give you more control. The first is that you have the ability to watch any of the pitches yourselves in whichever order you want. So if you click on the watch video link next to the company's name, you can drive yourself and jump through any of the pitches without having to go in sequential order. There's also a live chat where you can message Alchemist directly and we can help you out in real time. If you have non-real-time feedback for Alchemist, you can also click on the Feedback to Alchemist button in the upper right. You can also use that button if you have feedback for any portfolio company, but please mention the company's name if you give us the feedback by the Feedback to Alchemist button in the upper right. Today's demo day is a very special one. We are welcoming back a number of alumni company. Once you're an Alchemist company, you're an Alchemist company forever. You stay in the family, you continue to have access to the vault, to our mentors and subject matter experts. And the proof of that is that today we're welcoming back these unbelievably accomplished graduate companies, raising Series A, Series B. I hope that you'll stick around. They'll be presenting at the end after our graduating class, but there's some amazing, amazing companies there, and we're so proud to welcome them back to Alchemist. Our alumni pitches and videos are in exactly the same tab as those of our graduating classes. You will see a badge next to the alumni, the companies that are coming back that have already raised money. Make sure you leave feedback for our alumni as well as our graduating class. Feedback is a gift, as we always tell our founders. We love to hear what you think of our companies and of Alchemist. We will incorporate it into our work. One other note before I dive into the demo day itself, our influencer series has been revived. We put this on hiatus because of the pandemic. Now that it's somewhat safer to meet face-to-face again, it's been so delightful to run in-person influencer series events. The next one is coming up on March 7th. The topic will be cloud infrastructure and developer tools. If you're interested, drop me a line. I would love to invite you. In the interests of time, because we've got such a big class today, we won't be introducing each company separately. I'll pop up from time to time to share exciting facts about Alchemist, but we'll run straight through. Remember, the graduating companies will go first, then our graduates, our alumni, will come back and present at the end. I'll introduce that section separately. And that's more than enough from me. Let's cut to why you're really here today. It's my delight to welcome the startups from Alchemist Class 32. These incredible founders are going to wow you. I just know it.
Construx is a B2B SaaS-enabled construction marketplace. The construction industry in Latin America is a $520 billion market. It is the most analog, outdated industry you have ever come across. It is offline, rudimentary, and ruled by legacy commerce. In fact, 96% of construction suppliers do not have any online presence. Construction suppliers are underserved and they have a desperate need to be digitized, but they are not digital natives and existing tools do not meet their needs. They are mostly unreachable. Real estate developers cannot find suppliers and end up paying up to 50% more for supplies, losing time and money. So, with Construx, we are bringing construction suppliers into the 21st century. How do we do it? We digitize suppliers in our marketplace, we help them find and manage clients, and we help them grow their business with data. With our SaaS tools, suppliers increase their customer base and grow their revenues. Our solution is simple and it caters to the construction industry in emerging markets and to its idiosyncrasies. Real estate developers find reliable suppliers, compare costs, and save time and money with Construx. We have already facilitated a $300 million GMV. There is a $500 billion market opportunity in LATAM alone, and we are the only SaaS-enabled construction marketplace in the region. We have a unique value proposition for our market. We provide digital channels for SMBs in our zone, but it is not just SMBs. Large construction suppliers in LATAM also use our platform, expanding the opportunity to all of our TAM. We are the #1 construction marketplace in our home market and the only one that has a geographic footprint and traction in many countries in Latin America. ConstruX recently raised money with a strategic partner, a VC fund in San Francisco, which has propelled our growth in Mexico that it's going off the charts. ConstruX has been included in the list of the top 50 Contech startups of 2023 by Khosla Ventures, part of the largest construction suppliers in Latin America and the world. Our business model is frictionless and allows us to scale fast and massively all across the region. Our service allows a fast onboarding process, which is how we have achieved network effect. Suppliers handle logistics and fulfillment, so we have low costs and our model is not capital intensive. With suppliers paying a subscription fee to benefit from our SaaS tools, a commission on transactions, and in the future, when we offer broad financial services, we will become the Mercado Libre of the construction industry. I am Roberto Arroyo, CEO and founder of ConstruX. I am an experienced entrepreneur, a Latitude Fellow, the most important fellowship for entrepreneurs in Latin America. My family runs a construction company, so I have been working next to manual workers, construction suppliers, and construction managers since I was a teenager. As a purchase and project manager of construction companies, I have experienced how difficult it is to find the best suppliers, save time and money. Carolina, co-founder and COO, is a lawyer and a business manager. She has extensive experience advising state entities in construction and infrastructure disputes. Sven, my co-founder and CMO, has experience in captive banking in Switzerland. Ardaman, our CTO, has been the VP of engineering of leading companies in Silicon Valley and brings top-tier technical leadership. ConstruX serves a huge underserved industry and helps underrepresented people. It is time to start building for all and revolutionize the construction industry in emerging markets.
Customer support is broken for end users. It's barely changed in the last 10 years. I'm Chris Nako. So let me tell you a story. Last week, I was trying to change a user to an admin in one of our tools. Couldn't work out how to do it. So I clicked around. No luck. Googled it. Nothing showed up. I checked the company's help center. Again, a lot showed up, but nothing useful. So I messaged to talk to a real person, where they said they'd get back to me by the morning. I'd wasted an hour at least for something that should have taken 20 seconds. Does that sound familiar to you? Of course it does. If it wasn't important, I would have given up. But I'm not alone though. 50% of users will abandon a product the first time they run into an issue. That issue does not get resolved quickly. But it's broken for businesses as well. 43% of churn can be attributed and avoided if users could quickly solve their own issues. It should be seamless though. I'm going to show you how. So you run into an issue. You open up the user love help. And the first thing is that it's embedded and overlaid in the app, right there. Makes it easy to access for the end users. But in the background, user love is modifying the support content based on who they are. For example, user or admin. How are they using the product? Are they a power user or a first timer? What are they doing in the product? Relaxed? Are they rage clicking? So it's prioritizing content to solve end users' problems before they ever need to hit search. Now, personalized and embedded content drives engagement, preempts tickets. The business impact is reducing churn by up to 43%. So this realignment of customer support with the product, it's going to be big. It's going to be a $15 billion market. It's going to be driven by 22,000 enterprises looking to cut that churn and reduce their support teams by up to 25%. Mitigating churn is now among the top priorities of CEOs because cutting churn by 5% boosts profits by 25%. It's the easiest way to do more with less. The product we provide makes our primary competitors redundant. So let me break that down for you. Users go through many stages. They adopt a tool, they use it. At times they run into issues and need to fix them. And eventually there'll come a day where they leave and they churn. These are the stages. There are others, but we wanted to keep it simple. Now we sit here. In the short term, there's a gaping need. Long term, it allows us to dry up the need for these troubleshooting and churn-focused products because users can resolve their own issues. These companies, they only help after users have been unable to fix their issue. Most users don't even end up seeking help, as I told you. So for the companies focused at the beginning of the journey, The last 10 years have proven that they're unable to move into the engagement because they haven't built for the teams responsible for engagement. Now, we make sure to deliver value at each step of development. The ingredients are pretty straightforward. We need 3 things. First, how to help the end users. We add value by making it seamless for the content contributors to build and manage the content. Second, where to help the users. We do that by embedding the support in product to deliver a superior experience to end users. Third, when to help the users. By understanding customer intent, we close the loop and so provide context-aware embedded support. Now, CS are known to lack a budget. So to sell successfully, there were 2 things we kept in mind. First, making sure a fast time to value to accelerate our sales cycle. We also needed to make it easy to measure the ROI, so the business case was straightforward. So to answer your question, where are we up to? We have companies signed up and have placed deposits to work with us. I'm going to round it out, introduce you to the team. It takes a team that understands customer service, what it can be, to rethink what customer support should be. Between Hassan and I, we've supported 30,000 users. We've supported $10 million accounts. Hassan was even chosen as IBM's top 10 CTOs of the year. Keep this in mind. The future of support is not going to look like tickets and user manuals. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Hrant Garibian, co-founder and CEO of BlueQubit, quantum AI software company for financial institutions. It is not a secret that creation of new hardware leads to the creation of new industries. We believe that the next major advance in hardware will be in quantum processors, or QPUs, that do computations in atomic scale. QPUs are extremely powerful because their computational speed grows exponentially with their system size. They can solve problems in seconds that takes millions of years of runtime in a classical supercomputer. QPUs to CPUs are like laptops to abacus. In the past 2 decades, tremendous progress has been made by hardware companies building QPUs. Many of those companies believe that an inflection point is imminent, dubbed quantum advantage. That's a point when quantum computers will surpass classical ones for solving practical problems. Exponential adoption by commercial industries will follow. One of the industries that will be disrupted the most will be financial industry. At BlueQubit, we are building a software platform that allows to run quantum algorithms with a single click. Our platform is specifically designed for users in financial industry. It will have a built-in applications for fraud detection, portfolio optimization, and risk modeling. Our platform will be a cloud-based system running on top of existing libraries like Qiskit and Cirq, and will utilize the full potential of the available quantum classical hybrid solutions like QPU emulators and QPUs built by our partner companies. So far, we have a simulator in our platform that's 1,000 times faster than AWS and IBM solutions. We have built the generative quantum AI models for loading probability distributions that outperform existing public solutions, and we have 2 patents currently in process. Financial institutions deal with very complex problems, and they spend billions of dollars annually on classical compute. With the adoption of quantum computers, they can solve the same problems faster, better, and cheaper, expecting 10 to 100 times improvement and a reduction of costs in the future. BlueQubit is building the quantum infrastructure and the proprietary algorithms to enable this. We have great relationship with many financial institutions, and we're currently in negotiations with 3 US-based banks and insurance firms to start an engagement. Quantum market is an emergent one, but it has been growing in the past decade and will continue to grow exponentially in the near future. BCG study predicts between $60 to $100 billion of value to be created by the commercial adoption of quantum computers in quantitative finance. And part of this value will be captured by quantum software companies like us. Unlike other software companies in the market, we are laser focused in building solutions and tools for financial industry. And unlike in-house team in large commercial banks and asset management firms, we are building solutions that will be accessible and available to a larger part of the market. We have an amazing team of quantum R&D experts and software engineers. I come from academic background with many years of experience of quantum algorithm research at Stanford, Caltech, and Google. My co-founder Heike is a great software engineer with 10 plus years of software infrastructure engineering building at Google and Ripple Labs. Hovo and Vince are head of engineering and head of algorithms with many years of experience and PhDs from Stanford and Berkeley respectively. We have an amazing set of advisors from financial institutions and academic institutions in the US.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 people breathe polluted air on a daily basis, and even worse, 90% of our life is spent indoors? This is a big problem since polluted air is up to 5 times indoors than outdoors. It's the main environmental risk of premature death, the main channel of respiratory disease transmission. It affects productivity and also increases health costs for companies. Hello, I'm Patricio Usleme, co-founder of Bluetech, and we are the Clean Air Solution. And throughout this presentation, you will understand how polluted air is not only affecting our health, but also workers' productivity, with a huge impact in cost for companies. One example is their problem in mining. More than 46,000 people die annually for respiratory disease in mining. That is why the most important mining countries have regulations to reduce particulate matter in the air. But the current solutions are analog, mainly traditional masks and seals, so there is a need for a more efficient and automatic solution, one that allows polluter risk detection on time, having traceability and predicting environmental problems. Only solving their problem in mining can increase revenues by $300 billion a year. This because of a better productivity, less medical leave, and less labor lawsuits. But mining is just one example. There are many other industries that can benefit and increase their revenues from having a better indoor quality, such as real estate. The sick building syndrome is a huge problem in terms of operational costs, and knowing the indoor quality in buildings helps to be much more efficient in the use of energy. Other case is the private and public transport. Polluted air in vehicle cabins increase driver drowsiness with a high risk of car crashes, and there is so many other examples. That is why we developed a system for treatment and monitoring to reduce costs in industries. With our technology, we are able to eliminate up to 99.9% of all kinds of pathogens. We do it in an eco-friendly way with a very versatile and tiny device that can be attached to any kind of HVAC system, and we provide also data analytics, giving real-time measurements and alerts of key air indicators for each industry. How do we do it? We're 100% B2B oriented, and we have a mixed model based in hardware and software. In the case of the hardware, we work with the PaaS, doing monthly lease contracts with our customers. And in the case of the software, we work with the SaaS, doing monthly subscription, providing real-time data about key air indicators. Today, we have more than 60 big customers in 3 countries, and we are doing strong partnership with key players in the bus builder field, real estate management, HVAC factories, and mining. But we are not only doing business, we are also impacting people's lives. Indeed, every day we impact more than 40,000 people, providing better quality, increasing their productivity, and reducing the days of medical leave. But there is still so much to do. As polluted air is everywhere and there is so many industries having issues about it, clean air has become a must-have. So the market is huge. We're talking about 900 billion a year, and we have the solution for it. Talking about the traction, last year we did 600K in regular revenues, and we doubled our number of customers. Today we have almost 2,000 devices in use, and the best part of our technology is that it's so cost efficient, because in only 2 months of contract we can recover the investment. We have our payback. And as you can see, there is a huge opportunity here. It's a big opportunity, and we are the perfect team to take it. We have a combined experience of more than 60 years doing business from scratch in the tech industry, automotive business, and healthcare. So, if you want to know more about Bluetech, please contact us. We love to talk about our future. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Naushad Rahman from Delta V Analytics, and we provide a cloud-based platform for automating satellites operation. Space industry is growing exponentially. In 2021, it generated $469 billion in revenue. The demand of data has led to the increase in number of satellites. Managing multiple satellites has become complicated and stressful, and currently there are no tools available to ensure satellites remain active and healthy. Hence, lead to the loss of billions of dollars, which is basically investors' money. In old space industry, there was one satellite and multiple operators, so were done manually. Now, with multiple satellites and limited number of operators, manual operations are not feasible. An operator cannot be increased proportionally. Here comes Delta V Analytics to automate satellite constellation operation using digital twin and AI. Our platform gives operator full visibility into satellite health, position, and status, allowing them to make an informed decision quickly, improving the reliability of satellite and reducing risks of failure. Our digital twin technology offers the future of simulation. It can be used in entire life cycle of satellite from design to operation, unlike physics-based simulation tool, which can only be used in the design phase. Let's see a use case where our platform allows user to detect faulty component and perform predictive maintenance in 3 steps. First step is to create a digital twin, which is complex process and takes months, but in our platform, it can be created in few hours by uploading CAD diagram and sensor data. Second step, train an AI model using data from digital twin. Third step, provide a satellite data to detect faulty components and generate a predictive analysis report. Our platform helps operator to elevate performance by increasing the revenue through automation in operation process, which can unlock around $20 billion in revenue, reduction in the cost by decreasing the downtime by 50%, reduce the workload of operator by 4x, which we have validated by 40-year experience mission operator, and he found 75% reduction in time when using our platform compared to traditional method. Our no-code platform provides flexibility, scalability, and collaboration between space and computing expert, potentially saving $1.2 million. Our platform is must-have for 2 critical reasons. First, it aligns with the government regulation for space sustainability and reliability, such as UK Space Law of 2021. Second, it is an era of private space, hence they have to be agile while maintaining reliability for commercial success. Let's discuss the commercial side of our platform. TAM is 60 billion and SOM is $100 million. This is just a beginning. Our technology combines digital twin and AI, and it can be expanded into another industry such as drone and robotics. With our commercialization strategy of direct outreach, networking, and partnership, we were able to complete 4 pilots with companies like Galaxy Eye, signed 3 MOU with companies like iSpace, a Japanese company that recently launched a moonlander successfully, 17 companies in the pipeline, including 4 in advanced stages of negotiation like a Jonas Space, partner with a service provider such as AWS. Our team is highly qualified to develop this solution with an engineering background from a top university such as NUS and IIT. I have experience in developing advanced software for a satellite industry. I have also worked on a critical mission with a Singapore Defense and in a project with a Stanford lab. My co-founder, Neha, has a decade of experience developing AI model. Kisan has experience in mathematical modeling and AI. Our team also includes a group of advisors with extensive experience in mission operation, reliability, and planning, such as Mahadevan from ISRO, Bala from SpaceX, and Gino from Space Machine. Thank you.
One of the best parts of this job is I get to read every single application that comes in from a startup founder for the Alchemist upcoming classes. I just did a round of applications and I wanted to share some insights from the broad themes that emerge across the founders. We've always had a strong practice around Industry 4.0. I'm seeing a lot of manufacturing, and that's spreading out into things like autonomous driving for heavy vehicles, all kinds of supply chain and logistics optimization, future of manufacturing generally. That remains a consistent theme in our applications. Coming up very fast and complementing that is sustainability in all of its forms, from renewable energy to transmission to decarbonization to the circular economy. It's really exciting to see people betting very heavily on the future of our planet and our environment and making very, very serious plays there. Third, and a surprise new contender in this round of applications, is generative AI. If you haven't already played with ChatGPT, get on it. It really does represent a huge step forward in the state of the art. We're seeing those kinds of machine learning and natural language programming show up in every field, from writing legal documents to creating PR copy. That's a big emerging theme and one that I expect to grow.
Hello, my name is Denis Tokarev. I grew up on a dairy farm and I know the pain of being a farmer. So I started CattleScan to help the farmers feed the world. This is Janet, one of our clients. Janet and her family has a 100-cow farm in Ontario, Canada, and they have been using CattleScan for the last 16 months. As a result, they were able to reduce the treatment cost on their farm and increase productivity, so now they need 10% less cows to produce the same amount of milk. Over 40% of cows in the dairy industry have clinical and subclinical illnesses each year. When a cow is sick, her milk production drops. This milk drop becomes a trigger for many dairy producers to assess the cow's health and, if required, initiate the treatment. That's how the majority of dairy farms operate today. The problem with this late diagnostic approach is that when milk production drops due to illness, it will never recover back to the same pre-illness level, resulting in lower profitability, higher treatment cost, and longer recovery time for the animal. At CattleScan, we found the solution. Today, CattleScan can identify a sick animal few days before the farmers, allowing early intervention and preventative treatment. Our proprietary sensor device, made in the form of an ingestible capsule that can be easily administered by a farmer. Located in one of a cow's 4 stomachs for the lifetime of the animal, the device constantly reporting animal biometrics to our cloud-based platform. Powered by a sophisticated AI model, our platform processes this data and communicates it back in a concise, actionable message to farmer's cell phone. The data we are collecting from the industry and from the animals is quite unique for the industry and drive hot interest from big players, from animal health and pharma to traceability and reproduction. Sustainability benefits are big. By increasing productivity on a farm, we can reduce the number of cows and reduce CO2 emission by 6 million tons every year just for Canada and US. But global opportunity is much bigger. The market size is enormous. Only Canada and US have 15 million cows and heifers, making it $3.5 billion market size for us. On the competitive landscape, CattleScan has significant advantages over other technologies, whether it's a new startup or existing technology with external devices. We have been working with a number of organizations to develop and test our product. We have a patent pending and non-dilutive funding from Canadian government. Our third-party validation with University of Guelph and the University of Wisconsin is going very well. The results confirm our thesis and will be published within the next 3 months. CattleScan is a team of devoted professionals with diversified skill set from livestock and electronics to software and AI. We are united by the idea to change the way things are done in the dairy industry today. Currently, we are at the final stage of negotiation for 2 big deals. The first is to kick off national distribution in Canada with one of the largest animal reproduction company. The second is to sign a strategic partnership agreement with one of the largest dairy co-op in the world that owns 30% of market in the US and reporting $20 billion of revenue annually. So don't miss this opportunity to join us in our mission to help the farmers feed the world. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ando, CEO at Kimber Pro. We help industrial companies reduce equipment downtime and upskill their workforce. Industries like construction and mining rely on heavy equipment as its main production force, making it extremely important to keep things running 24/7. Whether or not that happens depends on people, making their skill set a crucial factor. And right now there's a problem. Experienced workers are retiring and there's a massive skill shortage on the market, with the majority of frontline workers either having no experience whatsoever or having significant gaps in their capabilities. As a result, companies are losing north of $140 million per year per company in equipment downtime. Companies are trying to address this challenge by training people internally, and they're failing because the way people are trained today is outdated and broken. People study in a classroom, suffering through hundreds of pages of equipment manuals and PowerPoints which they don't understand, and then they get a very brief on-the-job training. As a result, they don't retain the majority of the skills they need to be successful and safe. At the same time, production managers don't have a clear picture of the skill gaps in the crews, and they have a hard time making sure that everyone got their training on time, causing a lot of anxiety, frustration, and wasted time. Gemba Pro changes that. Instead of death by PowerPoint, we are bringing next generation training to equipment operators, enabling them to master the equipment by interacting with its digital twin and taking short and visually rich lessons. We actively engage the learner, empowering them to study and practice at their own pace and making sure that their knowledge actually sticks, ultimately saving companies up to $11 million a year in reduced downtime. At the same time, we bring transparency and peace of mind to production managers, helping them assess skill gaps with built-in learning analytics and reduce time on paperwork with digital training records. With over 170 million frontline workers in the world, we're looking at a massive $60 billion market opportunity. We're starting particularly with mining companies in North America and Australia, representing $1.2 billion in obtainable market. And we focus on that segment because for them, the pain is the strongest, with downtime costing up to $500,000 per hour. We work on an annual subscription basis, charging $450 per seat, and we work directly with mine managers at selected sites in multinational miners. We deploy our software at these sites first, and then expand within the companies. Since August, we've signed 8 design partners from equipment manufacturer and mining executives. We're signing 2 of the top 25 largest miners, bringing us to 110K in ARR, and we've got 17 companies in the waitlist with a pipeline value of $1.2 million. By the end of the year, we will sign 6 of them and get to 700K. And for us, this is just the beginning. In the next 2 years, we will cover all the major mining equipment and sign distribution deals with equipment manufacturers. Using that momentum, we will break into a much larger construction market, which will enable us to hit $120 million in revenue in 6 years. And we've got a great team to make this happen. Before starting Gemba Pro, I built competency assessment programs for major miners in McKinsey, where I learned about the problem, and managed $8 million in annual sales at Google. Our team has over a decade of software engineering experience at leading fintech and edtech startups, and Roman has been integrating enterprise software into the largest digital ecosystem in Eastern Europe. And we've got 3 very experienced technical trainers bringing best-in-class expertise to our content. The best time to act is now. Employee attrition rates are at all-time highs, growing EV trend forces mining companies to rapidly ramp up their production, and US regulators impose mandatory equipment trainings starting this year. The pressure on the industry is enormous, so the companies are waking up to the challenge, trying to build their internal capabilities, and we're there to help. We are on a very exciting journey to redefine the way people are trained in heavy industries. And if you want to be a part of it, let's talk.
Good Talent is a talent marketplace to source, vet, and compliantly pay remote African technology talents. The demand for technology talents is growing rapidly, and we know that startups are struggling to find quality vetted engineers. Global C-stage companies are attempting to hire remote talents from Africa. However, they are facing some real problems which we are solving. Using traditional agencies, it costs over $25,000 to hire a quality vetted engineer, and it takes more than 56 days. Traditional agencies typically do not screen with coding tests, and companies incur additional costs by using third-party companies for screening. The hidden cost of a bad software engineer hire is more than $87,000. Even when there is success, the talents are hired as independent contractors, circumventing local laws. Payments then go through the Swift system, and it takes days, even weeks in some African countries. The US and UK are facing a shortage of technology talents. According to an IDC report, the US is facing a deficit of 4 million developers, while the BBC claims that the UK is facing a deficit of 2 million. So how can this deficit be reduced? Where will these talents come from? Historically, the UK has relied on the EU to fill this gap. However, with Brexit, UK companies are now looking beyond the EU and exploring hiring from the Commonwealth, including English-speaking Africa. With GoodTalent.io, companies can crowdsource technology talents by staking a bounty. Our community of talents and recruiters refer their network, who are then matched using our skill matching tool. Companies then proceed to vet based on the programming languages of these talents with our library of coding quizzes or our integrated development environment for live coding. Companies can then interview and engage only relevant profiles. Upon a hiring decision, companies onboard, run compliant payroll, and pay remote talent simply by funding their in-platform wallet and disbursing via our in-platform disbursement at scale. Our platform generates all paperwork and compliance documents. We then ensure remittance to local government agencies is done, and we upload evidence for the companies to see. We have built a platform to source, vet, and run compliant payroll for talent in Africa. For C-stage companies who are looking for mobile, agile, fair-priced technology talents, we guarantee transparency, legality, KYC, and the right skills. We are addressing an $846 billion opportunity in a $9.3 trillion market. We estimate that there are over 330,000 C-stage companies in the US, UK, Europe, and Africa who hire at least 2 technology talents in Africa. At our price point, our market potential is just over $5 billion. Since our launch in June of 2020, we have proven the concept. Even without our Africa's Focus payroll, we have attained an annual recurring revenue of just over $150,000. Our pricing starts at $50 per user per month for companies who only want to recruit, and goes up to $700 per employee per month when bundled with screening, onboarding, payroll, compliance, and disbursement. The competitive landscape is heavily fragmented, with companies only focusing on certain aspects of the life cycle. We are creating an ecosystem where companies can source, screen, hire, pay compliantly in Africa, and where talents can build their skills, improve their skills, and learn. Despite this, good talent is half the cost with more value. Africa is an untapped talent pool, where the growth rate of software engineers is at 3.8% year on year. Big tech companies have seen this, and they are heavily investing and building teams in Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya. We believe talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not. I have been in the recruitment industry for over 15 years. I'm a second-time founder. I previously founded a company called eRecruiter Africa. That company was fully bootstrapped to gross revenues of $500,000. Our CTO, Obina, has over 8 years experience as a full-stack engineer with experience building scalable solutions for European and Asian startups. We are advised by Sonia, a serial entrepreneur and an expert in product-led growth. We are supported by a team of 12 highly motivated individuals. Thank you.
We started Growogy to save marketers time and to make every dollar count. After years of dealing with messy MarTech stacks and manual reporting, we decided to build a platform we wish we could have purchased. Marketing teams often miss revenue outcomes. The root of the problem is the wait and see approach that teams have to rely upon. Multiple research surveys validated that 25% of marketing budgets are wasted. That's a big problem we are solving. Ray, CMO of Diligent, an enterprise ESG company, perfectly illustrates the modern-day marketer's challenge. Despite data availability, such as top-of-funnel conversion rates, there's a lack of insight to guide growth decisions. Analysis is manual and slow. When you ask sales hard questions about achievement, they promptly respond with a CRM-supported answer. When you ask marketing these same questions, you wait weeks while data analysts manually stuff data into spreadsheets. Wasted time, wasted money, and delays in delivering revenue impact. We fixed the wait-and-see approach by first, automating the back-end data normalization. Second, we developed and successfully deployed our learning algorithm to provide predictive revenue results. Third, we wrapped it up into a nice interface that marketers are accustomed to working in, the calendar. This provides real-time forecasting results that are not available in CRM or marketing automation platforms. As marketers adjust, create, or cancel plans, we forecast the resulting gaps. Finally, marketers can clearly and rapidly see where to focus to impact company revenue. To solve the wait-and-see approach, we take it a step further and provide prescriptive recommendations accounting for budget, timing, and results. Our recommendations change in real time to ensure marketers are making decisions with high probability outcomes. We've recently recruited marketing leaders from these companies to validate the enterprise version. We launch our beta in February and have a healthy first quarter pipeline of 660K. In July 2022, we released our marketing calendar for small businesses and quickly displaced existing tools. Without marketing dollars, we've seen steady month-over-month growth, averaging 83%. Our small business offering competes with project management tools, while our enterprise version provides real-time guidance that CMOs are asking for and can't buy. Without us, marketing must hire a team to figure out what is needed, reinforcing the problem of wait and see, costing time and money. The industry research firm shows strong growth in MarTech spend through 2027 at $514 billion, despite macroeconomic factors. Taking a bottoms-up approach, our current pricing, applied to target personas in 6 key English-speaking countries, results in a $63 billion TAM. We found great traction, and it will continue even while we expand into new offerings. We will accelerate our month-over-month growth while breaking into new and larger dollar contracts, hitting our break-even point late in 2023. Since 2018, Yana and I have worked side by side, manually building a real-time forecasting solution for marketing. We are still asked to join companies internally or to share our methodology. Enter Alex 2 years ago to partner with us on designing a solution to take to market. Alex comes from fintech, building secure and scalable solutions. We are transforming marketing like Salesforce changed sales. Reach out and join us on our journey.
Hi, my name is Aida, co-founder and CEO of Rigetti. Rigetti notarizes documents online, remotely, from anywhere. If you've ever had to notarize a business document before, cross-border, you know the process is broken. It's highly inefficient, complex user experience, very expensive, especially when you throw in cross-border travel. That's why we launched Rigetti. Rigetti is the world's first cross-border remote online notarization solution, which aims to simplify cross-border transactions. Why now? There's a huge legal momentum going on, which accelerated in 2020 after COVID. To date, over 80% of the countries in EU, UK, and other jurisdictions have already updated the laws to allow for remote online notarization. At the same time, cross-border transactions have increased by over 70%. We already have product market fit. From a market adoption perspective, we have companies like Revolut Business, Deal, Sotheby's Realty, Vice.com, Crossmint, Sandbox Games, and many others already using our solution. From a traction perspective, last quarter we signed our first $1 million USD enterprise partnership. In addition, we've activated a total of 5 enterprise partnerships. We have customers from 40 jurisdictions around the world, and we've seen recently 900 new user signups. How big is this market? Based on a bottom-up analysis that we've done, focusing on the key verticals such as fintech, real estate, HR tech, legal services, and others, we've estimated at least a 9 billion euro market opportunity. And now, I'm going to hand over to my co-founder, Arko, which is going to talk a little bit more in detail about the competitive landscape, solution, and the pricing model. Thank you.
Hi. When it comes to the competitive landscape, we are heavily differentiated from our peers. In fact, we are the first solution in the market that has actually combined the processes of notarization and apostilling in a single flow that provides infinite possibilities for ourselves and our customers. We are also one of the first solutions in the market that allows for certifications of certain paper documents. We are one of the early entrants of Europe. However, we have a global customer base that use our solution from multiple jurisdictions. When it comes to the solution, we have, as I mentioned before, created a novel process that combines notarization and apostilling in a single flow. By doing this, you get an instant access to the global notary base with no need to travel internationally, and you can apostille the documents in a seamless manner, significantly reducing costs and increasing efficiency for your organization. Our business model is extremely simple. We have three types of business model. One is the transactional business model, where you pay as you go on our solution for each notarization session. We have subscriptions for customers who have a standard notarization use case per month or per year. And we also have enterprise subscriptions, which are customized to each enterprise's needs. Going forward, we will also provide revenue sharing from our notaries. Because of our novel process, we are actually the only solution in the market that can claim enforceability of our documents in not one, not two, but more than 100 countries across the world. And that is a clear differentiator with the other peers in the market as well. The team is diverse, competent, and extremely experienced in various fields such as business, finance, strategy, product, and legal between my co-founder Ira and I. And we have been featured in multiple international journals like Sifted, Hacker Noon, and EU Startups, to name a few. Thank you and have a great day.
Hello everyone. We're Nanovascular Technologies. We're building a non-invasive wearable device to improve the diagnosis and management of heart failure, thereby improving the quality of life and reducing the cost and mortality associated with the disease. In my years of practice, I've seen many patients suffer through heart failure and see this glaring issue of having no effective way to reduce the burden of monitoring heart failure. This journey can be quite frustrating for both patients and physicians, which is why I teamed up with Sam and Dan from Stanford Engineering to tackle this problem. With each exacerbation, heart failure patients may be admitted, and they progressively worsen over time. Our device monitors patients at home and can alert a provider to implement medication and management changes, thereby avoiding an urgent condition that would otherwise require a trip to the ED or worse. We'll stay ahead of these events and prevent 40% of them. There are over 6 million Americans who live years with chronic congestive heart failure, out of whom 5 million are candidates for our device. With an ASP of $2,000, there's a huge potential market for our wearable device. Now, with conventional management, patients are often hospitalized, with average hospitalization costing $15,000 up to $25,000, depending on the number of comorbidities. Avoiding just one visit per year can save the system billions of dollars. Most patients today are monitored quite literally by calling them at home, asking them to track their own weight, which can be laborious for the provider and requires a lot of patient compliance. To improve upon this tracking, CardioMEMS is an implantable device placed in the pulmonary artery. Though better than weight tracking, it's invasive and it's costly. Our device is non-invasive and recapitulates the same fidelity as invasive devices at a fraction of the cost. With our technology, patients can trend biometrics daily, and providers can define treatments with quantifiable goals. Medications are titrated, and plans are formed with our analysis. Existing wearables do not track edema, which is a key feature to looking at congestive heart failure. And never before today have we had access to commercially ready, stretchable, and conductive fibers in order to measure heart failure outside the body. In addition to edema, the key clinical parameter being measured, our algorithm also takes other biometrics into account in order to generate actionable data for physicians. In addition to heart failure, we may further develop business in populations with liver disease, renal failure, chronic venous disease, and DVT detection.
A sensor on the foot reads pulse rate and oxygenation. A sensor on the calf monitors steps, body position, temperature, and the extent of edema. We will charge $2,000 for the device, in addition to a SaaS subscription model using existing remote patient monitoring reimbursement codes. We are building our second prototype and will be cleared by the FDA in the second half of 2024. We are a team of a surgeon, engineers from Visa and IDEO, and the head of machine learning at Stanford Slack. We are building a product to disrupt a market with many, many patients with large societal impact. We will help patients stay ahead of heart failure, saving lives at a fraction of the cost. We will see uses for this device and its derivatives in heart failure patients and beyond. Reach out to us if you would like to learn more.
We've talked a lot about our new hub in Memphis. We're also still active in Munich, of course, and we're talking to new partners about spinning up new hubs all over the world. I love to see applications coming in from all countries. We're particularly interested in looking at companies in the Middle East and India right now. If you know companies that would qualify, please send them our way. One of my deeply held beliefs is that talent and ingenuity are equally distributed all around the world, and Alchemist would love to be a hub where those talented founders can land, build their network of customers and investors here in Silicon Valley, and prosper.
At PDA Ecolab, we're passionate about wild places and outdoor sports. That passion drives our mission to decarbonize high-performance composites. Improving efficiency lowers emission during use life in cars, airplanes, and many other products. Carbon fiber is light and incredibly strong, making it ideal to meet those needs. This is why demand for carbon fiber is expected to triple in the next decade. However, carbon fiber also drives up material cost, increases manufacturing emissions, and is mainly derived from petroleum. The world needs a way to achieve the benefits of carbon fiber without these drawbacks. PDA provides this. We engineer natural fiber materials that can be used with carbon fiber to double flexural performance, reduce materials cost by 30%, and cut greenhouse emissions in half. Until now, lower cost materials have meant sacrificing performance. PDA changes that. We're developing two product lines. BioPower, our proprietary natural fiber yarns that improve performance to cost, and Core Power, which are bio-based filaments to damp vibration. Our materials can be used by themselves or hybridized with carbon fiber to meet a range of performance and cost needs. We use fabless manufacturing to produce our materials, which PDA then sells directly to composite fabric producers. A product manufacturer infuses these fabrics with resin to create their goods, anything from a bicycle frame to an airplane fuselage. By working with those product manufacturers, we can drive demand and validate our materials in the field. Material sales will form the majority of our revenue. Small, higher margin revenue streams come from related services, patents, and upcycling of our production waste. We're starting in sporting goods, which is an ideal technology validation market. It's 10% of the total carbon fiber market. It's the earliest adopter of new composite materials. It has the shortest sales cycle, and we have existing expertise and relationships here. But our customers, the fabric producers, sell into multiple industries: sporting goods, automotive, wind power, aerospace, and more. Helping them succeed with a sustainable offer in sporting goods turns them into active partners for our expansion into new verticals, and this opens a SAM of $14 billion. In the future, our materials could also replace fiberglass, aluminum, and high-performance plastics, creating a much larger TAM. We're already working with industry leaders who are paying, in cash or in kind, to help develop our materials. We're in the process of selecting 2 to 3 additional partners in Q1 before a pre-industrialization trial late in Q2. After that trial, we'll have sample materials to provide additional qualified leads, and our pipeline currently includes almost 60 qualified leads, which is over 40% of those in qualification. In fact, nearly 90% of the companies we speak with request to test our materials. We have the skills needed to capitalize on this opportunity. I have 25 years in sporting equipment innovation with over 200 products commercialized and 90 patents or patents pending. Jillian brings 25 years B2B business and marketing experience, and we're supported by a strong team of advisors. Composites are essential to a carbon-neutral future, but synthetic fibers like carbon can't meet the growing consumer and regulatory demand for more sustainable products. That's why the world's largest composite fabric producers launched their first natural fiber offerings last year, and why our suppliers are quadrupling their capacity in the next 18 months. The challenge of climate change demands sustainable, high-performance materials that keep costs in check. We founded PDA to meet that challenge, and we look forward to you joining us in this mission.
Hi, my name is Fazil, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of PhaseShift Technologies. We are redesigning new proprietary alloys that are optimized for end-user applications. 10 years and over $100 million. That's what it takes for an alloy to go from concept to commercial. The reason it takes so long and costs so much is because alloys are extremely complex materials. But they're still being designed through an unpredictable trial and error approach that requires lots of physical testing. Introducing Rapid Alloy Design, a new computational process developed by PhaseShift to reduce time, cost, and risk associated with new alloy design and to improve its outcome. RAD uses machine learning-based algorithms to discover new alloy chemistries that are optimized across a range of properties. These alloy chemistries are then evaluated through simulations to only down-select to the most promising candidates that can then be tested in a lab. And it works. It took us 2 months to do something that would have historically taken 12 years to achieve, designing a new high-temperature alloy. And it's not even just about speed. Our high-temperature alloy had 50% higher strength than the current industry standard, which means higher performance and efficiency in gas turbines in the aerospace and in the energy industry. So how does it work? The first piece of puzzle that we wanted to solve was the arbitrary nature of alloy design. So we created machine learning-based materials discovery algorithms that can discover new alloy chemistries that are optimized across a very broad range of material properties. While humans are good at spotting patterns, our machine learning models can spot these patterns much more quickly and efficiently and in many more dimensions, which means we can extrapolate to a much better alloy with significantly fewer steps. Second piece of the puzzle that we wanted to solve was de-risking alloy design. So we created our proprietary multi-scale simulation platform that can simulate a broad range of material properties from nanoscale to microscale to macroscale. Every property in any material is a downstream result of the interactions of atoms in that material. So at the core of our multi-scale simulation platform are atomistic quantum physical models that can simulate a very broad range of properties without the need for any experimental data, just the chemistry of the material. These simulations are highly compute efficient, which means we can scale them on demand to produce high-quality training data sets for our machine learning model. And we have used our platform to solve some real-world problems. We have worked with collaborators in the aerospace and biomedical industry to develop and test new materials that produce an improvement over the traditional materials that they had been using. At the core of Rapid Alloy Design are my two excellent co-founders. Gurjot, our Chief Technology Officer, a PhD in computational material science with experience in creating novel machine learning algorithms for applications in materials. Abu, our Chief Science Officer, also experienced in using these computational methods to design new high-performance alloys. My name is Fazil and I'm the CEO. I've previously been a technology lead in 2 different AI-based startups with a focus in computational physics. Together, we are proud to call the University of Toronto our home, and we share a long history of working together. So, we can design better alloys and more efficiently, but why do we need to design new alloys now? Whenever there's a new manufacturing method, new materials are never behind, and metal 3D printing is not likely to be any different. A fast-growing industry, but with very limited choice of materials. Most alloys were designed for traditional manufacturing techniques, and therefore they simply fail in 3D printing or produce significantly worse properties. Therefore, new alloys that are specifically designed for additive manufacturing are currently needed. So we are doing just that. We have created a robust alloy design pipeline with new materials under development for metal 3D printing industry, with the first material intended for wear-resistant and corrosion-resistant applications, such as that in the mining industry. We plan to expand into other processes and other applications at a later stage. So, we truly believe in our ability to create better materials. So we maintain full IP ownership of the materials that we design. We will then work with established material suppliers with existing distribution channels to produce and distribute our materials to the end user, and we will generate revenue through the sale of the materials that we have designed. We plan to launch our first 2 commercially available materials early next year. This year, we plan to work closely with end users to demonstrate the feasibility of our materials and product performance improvements. We plan to initiate 2 new alloy development programs later this year that will translate into commercial maturity later next year. So to summarize, through a rapid alloy design computational process, we can design new alloys at a significantly faster pace with significantly lower cost and respond to market needs faster by designing new alloys. We invite you to partner with us in building a materially different future. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mike and I'm a CEO and co-founder of Piclema Predictive, and we do truck driver assistant to decrease fuel consumption and carbon emission by optimizing driving behavior. And the average mile with the 50 trucks burns about $30 million for fuel, and up to 15% of that is up to driver's qualification due to improper speed, acceleration, gear and steering selection. And our system collects more than 40 parameters of the truck operation, road conditions and weather, and creates with the artificial intelligent algorithm the augmented reality for a driver and helps to operate these huge mining trucks. So we augment the driver with the proper acceleration zone, speed, gear, and tailor it to the mining roads. And these mining roads are very different from public roads. That's why you need to apply and improve your models in real time. And how we get to this? We have more than 3 years of big data collection from 100 plus trucks and 6 mines in different regions, and experience of 500 plus drivers and different OEM manufacturers bring us universal AI algorithm that is tailored to the mining road conditions. And our software is very easy to use. So because we don't need additional sensors, 99% of truck models currently has all required to install our software. And it fits to standard tablet available in the most of regions. And it's very easy to use, like a GPS in your car in economy mode for any driver. And our system helps to reduce 5% of fuel consumption that comes to more than $1.5 million annually. And we help mining companies to achieve their commitment of a net zero target by 2050. And our market potential comes from mining, where we are now cross industries like commercial and agriculture and mining autonomy. And our go-to-market strategy is to work with OEM manufacturers, these big mining trucks, Caterpillar, Komatsu, Hitachi and others. And we already have the channel partners and this is our business model, to work with the local representative and have our people in the regions for customer excellence. And the typical client is about $350,000 annual recurrent revenue. And why the customer paid that for us? Because it's about only 25% from client savings, and it's based on our statistics as well. And where we are in a competition, so we have companies who do some like statistic and AI intelligence for mining, and we have autonomous haulage. So as for now, we're augmenting the driver, and we'll go to semi-autonomous and autonomous in future. And how we get this? Me and my team has great experience in mining. I was working for 15 years in mining automation and autonomy, and we still believe that drivers will be there for another like 20, 30 years, and we augment them based on algorithms that are using for autonomy, and then can go for full autonomy as well. As for now, we already achieved the break even and have more than $1 million revenue last year. And when we come to how we get to the millions of ARR, so we had only 5 trucks when we started 3 years ago for our product. Now we have more than 100 trucks in the 6 mines, and we come to more than 1,000 trucks in a few years, and it will bring us to about 7 million revenue annually. And it is not the end. So when we augmenting the drivers now, we will make a semi-autonomous driving and will upsell all our new products to existing customer database, and then go for full autonomy with more than like 10,000 trucks. We can easily upsell it to the market when the market is ready. Thank you.
I talked about encouraging founders from countries all over the world to apply. I also want to encourage founders from non-traditional backgrounds. I mentioned that Memphis is specifically looking for underrepresented minority founders. I want to make it clear that when I review your applications, I'm looking not at your age, not at your gender, class, nationality. I'm looking at the quality of your ideas and the quality of your teams. The more broadly representative every Alchemist class is, the happier I am.
Let me just say, generating content is not the problem. Brands already have way more content than they need. The internet's flooded with content in the wrong place, for the wrong person, at the wrong time. Now, creating content is a problem, but it's not the problem that will move the needle for the CMO or for the business. And the real problem is knowing what content you need to create in order to grow your business. Now, that's the holy grail of marketing. If you figure that out, it will give you a much higher return than any amount of savings on agency bills. I'm Tom Brook, founder and CEO of Curate, a new category of marketing intelligence software which literally tells you what content you need to create in order to grow your business. Now, we accept that we're living in a content economy, but the truth is that marketing doesn't yet have the tool set to run like a real economy. Now, there's an incredible amount of waste, and unfortunately this quote isn't just true for advertising, but for the entire marketing spend. Now, we call this problem the $1 trillion strategy gap, because over $1 trillion a year is wasted because CMOs are forced to wrestle with a cobbled together set of point solutions where strategy and metrics never meet. Now, Curate makes resonance visible. Our platform literally tells you which content is resonating with your customers, and most importantly, why. Curate's the first platform to bring content, metrics, and strategy together, joining the dots along the customer journey and closing the strategy gap once and for all. And this allows CMOs to make better decisions, better content, better budgeting, and ultimately the completion of business objectives. Now, when I talk to customers, we just immediately fall into implementation details because they want this so badly. CMOs know that if they could see their data in this way, they could eliminate so much waste. Our intelligence recommendations open up a whole new world of possibilities. Now, it's no coincidence that we've hit on such a hugely important problem with exactly the right solution at the right time. And Martin, Digby and I, we've spent our early careers in content working for the world's best agencies and brands. And we've built and shipped 3 MarTech platforms prior to founding Curate in August 2022. Now, we know the space, we've validated the problem and the solution, and now we're preparing to go to market. We just launched our early adopter program 3 weeks ago, and already have 2 signed contracts and 2 more agreed but not signed at the time of this recording. Along with our early pilots and signed LOIs, this gives us over 150k ARR in the pipeline. And it's already working. Based on the metrics supplied by our early customers, our platform will double the ROI of their ad spend, which equates to around $4.8 million of additional revenue per year by optimizing just one channel in Curate, Google Ads. But most importantly, in today's financial climate, is the fact that almost every one of our customers is making cutbacks to their marketing spend and still signing contracts with us. We're going to market in 2023 with a platform which eliminates financial waste and improves ROI, which is needed now more than ever. And we have a vision where Curate Marketing Intelligence powers not only human decisions and content creation, but enables a whole new ecosystem of predictive, generative, and automated AI solutions. If you're excited to learn more, come and talk to us.
Hi everyone, I'm Mohammed Badawi, the CEO of Scalvi, the electric mobility company. At Scalvi, we're building powertrains for electric vehicle applications that are faster to develop, simpler to integrate, and easier to supply. So the co-founders have deep experience in this space, and we found that there are few main challenges remaining ahead of full electrification of our transportation system. One of them is the time that it takes to develop a single powertrain, which is really the body and the brain of the electric vehicle for a single EV model. It takes 2 to 3 years. We can do better. Another problem is the high cost and the low margins for tier 1 suppliers in this space, which makes it very difficult to work with OEMs with low volume orders such as electric trucks, off-road vehicles, etc. And we can definitely help there. And then finally, the very complicated supply chain. The thousands of unique components goes into every single powertrain, and that's something that we can work on. So how are we solving all of these challenges? At Scalvi, our keyword is modularity, building fully modular powertrains, breaking down the bulky powertrain units into small building blocks while integrating all the necessary functionalities in them, as you can see right here. So it's basically bricks of modular technology that you're putting on top of one another, which leads to a base of a modular technology that we can use with different EV models and different EV customers. If you look at a face-to-face comparison, it's going to be very obvious how simpler our system is. Everything is pre-integrated. You don't need to spend time and money and resources on integrating different subsystems as you see in the incumbent solution. All of that is coming also with a lower price tag in our system. So if we understand the technology, then what is the market here? We all know how big the electric mobility market is, and we all know how much bigger it's going to get. One thing I want to highlight here is that the new wave of electrification is coming into electric trucks, electric buses, off-road vehicles, and all of these are customers working in low volume orders. We are specifically ripe for this market because of our volume insensitive pricing model that we have, because of our modular technology and because of how many modules we're going to supply in every single vehicle. To validate that we're actually solving a real problem, we started case studies with some of the major OEMs. I cannot say who they are, we signed NDAs, but everyone would know their names. We have an industrial partnership with Flex to work with us on prototyping, on commercialization, and on manufacturing. And finally, we're currently working with the Air Force to test our technology on eVTOLs. We are the only company providing modular, customizable solution. It's modular for us as a supplier, customizable to our customers. We are planning a two-path strategy. Focus on the low volume OEMs at the beginning while qualifying our products to the largest players in the market, which we already started doing. We have patents and we have prototypes and we have a team of dedicated engineers working on this technology and excited to take on this wave of electrification. The team is myself and Amr. We are the founders, and we have an amazing team of advisors. Between me and Amr, we have around 20 years of experience in electric mobility. Our plan is split into 3 phases: concept sample, A sample, B sample. We are currently in the second half of the first phase, going into paid A samples, followed by production samples. If you are excited at this journey as much as we are, we hope to get in touch with you soon.
Hi, my name is Sebastian, CEO and co-founder of Centavo. We do one-click spare part identification and ordering. I have worked for over 7 years in the manufacturing and machinery equipment industry. And what I've learned is that currently companies lose tons of money while ordering spare parts. When I worked on the shop floor of an automotive component supplier, we had a malfunctioning production machine because of a defective component. I realized that nobody was actually able to find the right product ID of the corresponding spare part without the help of the customer service of the machine OEM. On the other side, those customer service technicians get dozens and dozens of those kind of requests every day. And for every request, they need to send emails, search for the parts in the documentation, and send the part to the customer. That process is slow, inefficient, and expensive, and parts in high demand are not even ordered at the original equipment manufacturer, but somewhere else. So the solution we provide is a one-click spare part ordering software. Maintenance can take one photo of the necessary spare part and immediately get the corresponding product ID. They can then directly and conveniently reorder the part at the supplier without time-consuming communication. This is unique in our industry because with our solution, we enable our customers for the first time to identify all their spare parts with a single photo, with above 98% success rate in installed, worn, and dirty condition, and that's ready for use within 2 to 3 months. So what do the companies reordering their parts with Centavo get out of it? As mentioned, the time-consuming steps of search and communication aren't necessary anymore. That's why our customers can, on the one hand, grow their spare parts business substantially, and on the other hand, make their reordering and customer service processes much more efficient. Companies say that Centavo has strategic relevance for them and is one of the best decisions they have made for their after-sales service and spare part business. The market opportunity in the spare parts sector is huge, with a total available market of 13.2 billion in the EU and US market alone. That results in a serviceable, obtainable market of 130 million for spare part ordering software like ours. Our sales and go-to-market strategy is paying off. We see a strong surge in demand. Within the last few months, we have built a massive sales pipeline worth 1.6 million. We have done 6 paid pilots with customers, and 2 customers already subscribed for our software. This is our really strong team. Together we combine multiple years of experience within the manufacturing, data science, and AI industry, and have the perfect skill set from sales to product to set up and scale this business. It's an exciting time to be a part of this industry, and our company is perfectly positioned to capitalize on this explosive growth. Don't miss out on this opportunity. We will be happy to talk about it with you. Thank you.
Some of the world's most important industries spend almost 65% of their revenues on buying raw materials or commodities. But in the last few years, the supply chains of these commodities are frequently getting disrupted due to various events like the pandemic, geopolitical changes, and even climate change, which is severely impacting the prices of these commodities, leading to very high volatility. Now, to respond to such events and volatility, corporates and policymakers need access to real-time information. But the tools and market intelligence data that is available at this point of time do not cater to those requirements. The traditional data sources, which often collect their information through surveys in various geographies, are often late. They are not even available in various geographies, and they are also prone to errors and inaccuracies. And to solve for this, we have developed a platform which can ingest multiple alternative data sets like satellite images, vessel movement data, and our own proprietary ground data sets on which we apply various machine learning and remote sensing algorithms to monitor the important nodes and links of the commodity supply chain like the mills, smelters, ports, mines, and vessels. And within a few months of our launch, our product has already been adopted by some of the largest enterprises like Mitsubishi and Cargill, who have been using the product to drive critical business decisions. We monitor three key aspects of the commodity supply chain. Number one, real-time supply and demand intelligence. Number two, climate risk on the various assets of the supply chain. And number three, impact on the environment. To do this effectively and comprehensively, we have taken a phase-by-phase approach. In phase 1, we are providing our proprietary market intelligence data as annual subscriptions. In phase 2, we will be developing a supply chain monitoring SaaS solution. And in phase 3, we will be able to provide robust and accurate commodity price forecasts and thereby enabling efficient and sustainable trade in these essential commodities. There are others in the space, but unlike our competitors, we are laser focused in what we are doing in the metal and mining industry, creating deep solutions and developing moats with respect to data sets, best in class accuracy, integrating deep into our customers' workflows, and even creating demand side network effects. And this differentiated approach is reflected in the fact that we have been able to sign up some large enterprise clients and have grown more than 5 times in the last 6-7 months. And this includes a multi-year contract with Mitsubishi. We cater to the various stakeholders in the commodity value chain, from miners to traders to financial institutes, unlocking a large multi-billion-dollar markets for us. And to do this, we have assembled a stellar team from the best engineering and B schools, supported by investors who have themselves built billion-dollar enterprises in the commodity industry. And together as a team, we bring in the right skill sets in machine learning, analytics, curating data from various sources, and the required domain understanding. We are Tathya, and if you want to know more about us, please do get in touch. Thank you.
ZPAI, the diagnostic software which allow machines to communicate their maintenance need with the maintenance engineers. The problem of unexpected machinery and tools breakdown inside the manufacturing industry is costing a $50 billion loss every year. In fact, the problem is so big that Fortune 500 companies are losing $1 trillion loss every year. They are losing 3.3 million hours of downtime annually, which is costing them 8% of their annual revenue, and it becomes biggest challenge for their workplace safety. The current solution in the market is totally manual, where the maintenance engineer need to visit manually to check each individual machine. The breakdown reports take weeks to months in order to reach out the maintenance engineers, and there is no historical track record of the machine health. We are introducing a ZPSense, an advanced sensor and diagnostic software that is helping industries to eliminate unplanned downtime and improve the energy efficiencies of the machines. So how we are doing that? Our advanced sensors is a non-invasive technology which installed on the machine surface, and it will start providing the health information of the machine in the matter of few minutes to the maintenance engineer. In fact, our solution is advanced enough. If we detect any kind of malfunctioning inside the machine, it will automatically generate a work order for the maintenance engineers. We are also providing a mobile application which is helping engineers to take proactive action rather than reactive action. ZPAI is having a market-leading competitive advantage. We are detecting the fault of the machine early on and helping industries to reduce the carbon footprint of their individual machine and making their workplace more intelligent. Our solution can be adopted to other 94 different kinds of machines without any customization. Currently, we are focusing on induction motor. More than 70% of industrial machines are run on induction motors inside the manufacturing industries, which open up a vast majority of opportunity in the US alone. In the US, we have alone $72 billion opportunities, and our TAM is growing to $1.3 trillion in the next 8 years. And the global market at this particular current moment, we have $236 billion global market opportunity. Currently, we are focusing on food and beverage industry, which is account for $3.6 billion opportunity. And then we are expanding to other industries such as automobile industries, pharmaceutical industries, and many more. About our growth, we have 4 strong LOIs since we launched 3 months ago, and with the expansion opportunities at different plant locations. We have 4.2 million sales pipeline, and we have 42 customers in our waiting list. ZPA is gaining attention both nationally and internationally. We won first position out of 1,300 plus companies by the defense government. The defense government want to use our technology to predict the breakdown of the military machines. We received our second award from the NXP Semiconductor. They choose ZPA as a promising solution for the future of the manufacturing industries. And recently we received a recognition from United Nations Industrial Association. They recognize our solution as a promising solution to reduce the carbon emissions from the manufacturing industries. Let's talk about the team. We're the best team to solve this particular problem. About me, I'm a physicist and engineer and initially work in the automobile industries and the mining industry. And about my co-founders, he has 6 years of experience and he's also an engineer in electronics and communication and Industry 4.0 technologies. Together we have 10 years of experience, 4 patents and 18 plus research publication. In the end, I want to leave you all with a customer code that ZPA is building crystal ball for the machines.
And that's it for Class 32, an incredible class. I'm so proud of every one of these founders who've worked incredibly hard to get where they are. It's unbelievably exciting then to introduce some of our most successful graduated companies. A big welcome to our alumni who are raising later stage financing. It's so great to have you guys back.
Hi, my name is Anna Chen Yuntai, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Episcore. We are a construction technology company working to solve the housing crisis by enabling the construction of 3D printed concrete homes in just 1 week. We are truly in a housing crisis. Just to keep up with demand, we will need to build the same number of homes over the next 20 years as we did over the past 2,000 years. But the construction industry today is behind. It lacks the automation and productivity advances seen in other industries. This lack of technology, combined with the materials and labor shortages, make construction slow, inefficient, which altogether create a massive shortage of new homes. It's clear that what worked in the past is not working anymore. At Episcore, our advanced robotics technology allows us to 3D print concrete walls in a matter of days and directly on site. Our robotic solution features mobility, transportability, and ease of use. Only one person with minimal training is needed to deploy and operate the robot, which is remotely controlled with a joystick. A standard pickup truck is needed to transport the printer. Our 3D print material is delivered to the site in a sealed trailer, ready for use with just an addition of water and connection of hoses. It's plug-and-play solution. Our technology let us build walls 9 times faster and finished houses 3 times faster. Episcore houses are also 10 to 30% more affordable. Our technology empowers developers and home builders to increase their annual construction output and meet the growing demand for new homes, all while reducing costs and building with consistent quality, budget, and timeline. This may sound unrealistic, like it's something that will only work in the far future, but we have already shown how it can be done now. We deliver the largest 3D printed building on Earth, the first commercially permitted 3D printed building in America located in Boca Chica, Texas, a residential house in Missouri, and we also won first place awards in NASA's 3D printed habitat challenge. And there is even an actual 3D printed wall behind me. Now, Episcore's 4th generation printer is ready to roll out to builders. And we are not a construction company, we are a technology provider for construction companies. We sell and lease robots as well as selling our proprietary building materials and solutions. Home builders are so excited to start using our product. We have already pre-qualified home builders and received 117 letters of intent, which include paid reservation for our 3D printers. This also includes 8 pilot projects this year with our carefully vetted builders. Not only does our technology reduce the environmental impact of the construction industry by reducing construction waste, it also allows for introduction of eco-friendly and even cement-free materials, which we have been already working on. We have the professional team in place to achieve our goals, and now we are ready to hit the market to fill the demand we know is out there. Our primary focus is to introduce automation to the construction industry so each of our robots can begin printing a house every week. Can it be possible? With EpiScore's 3D printed, high precision, consistent wall structures? It just may be. Thank you.
Oh, there's your problem. Your printer wasn't plugged in. I just spent 1 hour in traffic to get here for something that only took 2 seconds to fix. And I'm sure customer support walked them through it and told them exactly what to do.
Can you try turning it on and off again?
Can't do this, it's not working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think of the last time you had a call with a customer support agent. Makes you want to cringe, right? Almost all support calls today are done via audio only. That's right, when you think about it, these support agents are operating blind. Troubleshooting a piece of equipment, be it with a business or a consumer, especially when the agent cannot see the equipment, becomes a guessing game. And this adds to the frustration. Support agents often end up scheduling a technician to visit your home or business to troubleshoot the problem. This is what is commonly referred to as a truck roll in the support industry. In fact, repeat truck rolls are so common that they're referred to as 2-peat and 3-peat repeat truck rolls in support jargon. And each truck roll usually runs about at $150 in terms of expenses. And if it's not a truck roll, the customer is often forced to return the product. Painful indeed. This scenario often repeats itself, resulting in increased support costs, customer churn, and a huge negative impact on the bottom line. The problem is huge. Businesses today spend about $25 billion annually in customer support software. In spite of that, customer agents fail to satisfy customers 52% of the time. And the loss in revenue due to poor customer support is close to $340 billion annually. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rama Srinivasan, and to solve this massive problem, my co-founder and I have created what is one of the best app-free video solutions in the market today. By app-free, I mean when a customer calls into a contact center, the contact center agent can add the customer on to a video call on the browser without having them to download an app like WebEx, Teams, or Zooms in a matter of seconds. We provide exceptional visual empathy, and we remove the blindfold for the customer supporting agent. Our business model is standard SaaS subscription per agent per month. Our professional plan starts at $35 per agent per month, and we have opportunities to upsell advanced AR and AI features over the video call, and as well as integrations to backend systems. Today we have over 120 customers with sticky multi-year contracts with brands like BMW and Rogers Communications. Our use cases span sales teams, support teams, inspections and audit teams, and field service teams as well. Our key competitors include TechC, SiteCall, and Help Lightning, who've predominantly taken an app-based approach, while we've taken an app-free approach. When compared to them, we typically win because of the superior UX and UI over the browser, a very strong customer-driven product roadmap, backend integrations, affordability and simplicity, and a culture of transparency. 84% of our first demos to prospects last year resulted in a deal. Hence, our immediate focus is to drive top of the funnel leads. Also, we place a strong emphasis on our partnerships We have integrated our technology with platforms like ServiceNow, Zendesk, and Salesforce, which are our technology partners. We also have partnerships with reseller partners, referral partners, and system integrators to scale rapidly. I encourage you all to take a close look at the customer testimonials from brands like BMW that I've shared in the deck along with this video. And if that excites you, let's talk. Thank you for your time.
With Blitz, I can solve issues 10 times faster and I save on costs because I don't have to waste my time going there if I don't have to. Get the job done right the first time. Get Blitz.
In its 2023 Outlook report, Forrester issued this guidance to the business community. There simply aren't enough humans to scale, and urged for businesses to invest in adoption of AI and natural language capabilities. However, natural language processing has been wildly out of reach for many organizations, especially for marketing teams that don't have engineering resources at their disposal. My name is Rebecca Clyde, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Botco AI. And along with my fellow founders, Dr. Chris Mehta and Anu Shukla, we are on a mission to close that gap. At Botco AI, we have introduced the AI Chat Cloud. We turn content into conversations. And this allows brands to personalize interactions, engage customers, and gain insights. Our product starts with InstaChat Builder, an AI to build a conversational AI. We automatically ingest a brand's content and large data sets to generate question and answer pairs for chat experiences. In this example, an urgent care is able to use our product to answer questions dynamically about their locations, hours, insurance, and even real-time waits for individual locations. When they update their source of information, our AI already knows. Our dashboard displays conversational and actionable insights in order to inform better business decisions. Topic clusters surface key insights on themes and signal new questions that customers are asking. These topics can be used for AI training purposes, for new content generation, and SEO. At Botco AI, our product is always evolving and expanding. We started with InstaChat Builder, making Botco AI the easiest way to create chat experiences from large data sets. Next, we added dynamic content capabilities, allowing customers to skip having to make updates every time their content changed. And finally, we are adding contextual capabilities with sentiment handling. This allows chat experiences to remember historical context, to pick up where things left off, and to adjust on the fly based on current sentiment. This is a never-before-seen level of hyper-personalization. We have deployed Botco AI in more than 20 organizations, including the largest brands in multi-location healthcare services. Our customers tell us that without Botco AI, meeting their expansion goals would be totally impossible. Conversational AI is a $40 billion global TAM, with $14 billion available to us right here in the US. And based on the size of the companies we are focused on, our serviceable market is $5 billion. Our ACV climbed 60% in the last 12 months, now firmly above $40,000. We doubled our revenue in 2022 through landing new customers and expanding existing ones. And today we are on the cusp of 1 million in ARR. We are just getting started and already making headlines. 2023 is the year of AI. Join us on this exciting journey with Botco AI and see how easy it is to turn content into dynamic conversations. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Artem Timonov, the CEO and co-founder at Cattle Care, where we optimize dairy farm operations. Average American farm milks 1,800 cows and wastes about $1 million a year for labor because of inability to measure all the operations. The same farm spends about $900,000 a year on excessive usage of antibiotics and hormones and medicine due to inability to track each cow. And also about 10% of all the costs for feed is wasted due to inefficiencies in feeding operations. We use computer vision to track each individual cow to identify it by its skin pattern and build a behavioral profile, which helps to intervene when a cow is sick or ready for reproduction. Using the same approach, we track each operation of, for example, milking process to be sure that everything is done according to the protocol and there is no spread of infection and animal welfare is established. Cattle care oversees milking operations, feeding operations, and tracking of individual cows at the moment. In 2022, we grew 3 times and reached out $1 million in annual recurring revenue. We have 50 farms up and running all across the United States of America. And these big companies are our partners and support us across these dairy farms. Also, it's not a typical agriculture tech. We can sell really quick and we can sell remotely because we rely on existing infrastructure. We work with cameras that are already in there. And we can demonstrate the value of the product based on the existing data. So it's very easy for us to convince a farmer that he needs this product. Hence 60% of rate of closing up the deal. And also we do not have any seasonality. We have 9.4 million dairy cows in the United States. With just existing products, we have almost $2 billion market size a year. If we look at top 5 countries in the world, it's $5 billion. Who are we? My co-founder Anton has more than 10 years of experience in deep learning. My co-founder Christian Hoekstra is a 4th-generation dairyman and has all the experience working in the parlor, managing the parlor and the farm overall. I previously built up and sold the company where we applied computer vision for retail. Ilya has built manufacturing of dairy equipment. Also, we have 12 more people within the team, computer vision engineers, software engineers, dairy scientists, and 4 leading experts in the United States are our advisors. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hi, I'm Ryan Gooderman, CEO and founder at Faraday Sensors. We are creating the world's smallest oxygen gas sensing microchips ever made to fill an unmet need in a new generation of devices, ranging from wearables to food monitoring solutions. We have already seen motion, touch, and optical sensors enter our lives. The next wave will be gas sensors. But electronics companies and device makers face a significant hurdle to adoption. Current technology cannot meet the demand for the over 1 billion gas sensors needed globally, with a market size exceeding $10 billion by 2027. This is especially true for oxygen sensors. At least 500 million oxygen sensors are needed in these markets alone, and current solutions are simply not enough. Application areas include breath monitoring wearables, hydrogen economy infrastructure, and food logistics. But what is the problem with existing oxygen sensor technology? The problem is that these gas sensors are simply too expensive and too large for the devices our customers are making. Current oxygen sensors cost upwards of $300 and are the size of your thumb. What our customers want are small, chip-like sensors that cost between $5 and $35. Only with such a sensor can our customers build the products they need. And this is why we have built Faraday Ox, the world's smallest oxygen sensor ever made. It is up to 50 times more cost-effective for the customer and 1,000 times smaller than the state-of-the-art solutions out there. We are able to achieve this, though, thanks to our technology. We have miniaturized the electrochemical gas sensor onto a chip for the first time. Electrochemical gas sensing has been around since the 1960s, but has never been brought to the chip like this. We design our own chips, we have our own sensing algorithms, and most importantly, we have invented a new kind of material that is integrated into the product during the chip making process. These materials are our invention and the product of over 10 years of my personal research. And in this way, we can leap over the alternative gas sensing technologies on the market. What our competitors offer looks like it's from the Stone Age, large, bulky, and expensive. They can never reach the small form factor and low cost needed to satisfy our markets like we can with our product. And this is why we've already signed a contract worth over $10 million, and we have more than 10 LOIs and requests from customers to test our product, including some of the world's largest electronics companies. We have begun a paid pilot in the food logistics area, and many of our investors are future customers because they understand the value that our product brings to their business. To produce our sensors, it only costs about $3 at first production though. This will drop to 50 cents at scale. Our customers are willing to pay upwards of $35 per sensor, and as we grow the company, we will produce millions of these using conventional techniques found in the semiconductor industry. And for this, we work with our manufacturing partner, Fraunhofer EMFT, who has reserved 3 million sensors per year in production capacity for us. Maxing out this capacity is worth over 40 million per year in revenue, which we can achieve with high margins. Right now, the demand we have from customers exceeds our production capacity. This means we will grow fast before moving into the scaling phase. And to help execute on this, we were awarded a 2.5 million euro non-dilutive grant just a few weeks ago, and we closed our pre-seed round. We've already built 2 R&D centers, we have 2 paid pilots with new ones down the pipeline, and we will achieve over 50 million in revenue by 2027 with our current customers. And we have put together the right team to do this. We currently have a team of 6 and will hire another 6 within the upcoming months. My co-founder Alexei is a department head at the Fraunhofer Institute where we do our manufacturing, while I am a former Max Planck group leader and inventor of the technology. Our advisors Heini and Ralph have decades of experience working in the industry in sales and operations. So to summarize, we have built the world's smallest and first oxygen gas sensor on a chip. Customers want over 10 million of these, and we have the ability to scale our product to meet the demand. If you would like to learn more, reach out and we can start the conversation.
Have you ever been chased by the US Army? Well, at FireCell, we have, and they became one of our clients.
Hi, my name is Claude.
Hi, my name is Olivier. We are co-founders of FireCell. We accelerate enterprise digital transformation thanks to private 5G, and we have uncovered a massive investment opportunity for you.
It may be obvious to all of you. Every single company needs to go through a digital transformation to innovate, to grow, or else it dies. If we zoom into a few verticals such as manufacturing, logistics, or retail, enterprises need to connect their machines, robots, cash registers, barcode readers, vehicles, and finished goods 24/7.
You might think that Wi-Fi or public telecom networks can address these thousands of connections in a robust and reliable way. Well, they do connect our smartphones and laptops pretty efficiently, but they fail to connect large and complex indoor and outdoor areas.
So why is it the right time for you to invest? Well, in just over 2 years, close to 3,000 private networks were deployed in the US. Market leaders such as John Deere, Airbus, Nestle, and Bosch were among the first to connect their factories and warehouses with this new technology. And this is accelerating.
47 compound annual growth rate. Analysts predict that 15 million private 5G networks will be built in less than 10 years. The total addressable market is estimated at $68 billion. But our customers tell us that solutions from traditional equipment vendors such as Nokia or Ericsson are far too expensive and too complex. No surprise, they are still primarily designed for telecom operators.
The challenge is immense. We understood that to unlock this massive market, the main difficulty is to offer enterprises a solution that is, 1, so simple that even IT department with zero telecom knowledge can manage it. 2, so affordable that any enterprise can achieve a quick return on investment. It becomes a no-brainer then. 3, so easy to install that any local installer would want to resell our product. Simple, affordable, easy.
This is the reason why we launched FireCell with one goal:
to make private 5G as affordable and as simple as Wi-Fi to all enterprises, no matter their size, no matter their business.
We succeeded in hiding all complexity in a unique, fully packaged network. Similar to a Wi-Fi network, it includes everything needed to connect a location: SIM cards, access points, and a monitoring dashboard. It can run on standard servers or on the cloud. Clients can configure and monitor the network by themselves without any telecom expertise.
So how do we make money? We sell connectivity as a service. Our annual revenue per network is $30,000, and we estimate that any client will keep our networks for at least 5 years.
We've built such a solid inbound lead generation strategy that we are chased by the US Army. Our clients come to us at a pace of 2 leads a day. And as we speak, we are building joint offers with Orange, Juniper, and Microsoft Azure to scale our business in 2023.
Firecell is our second startup together. In our past experience, we sold 4G solutions to large players such as Verizon, NTT Docomo, Samsung, and Intel. Our CTO filed 25 telecom patents, and our CPO built software that is now deployed by AT&T for the US Police Force.
In just 18 months, our team signed $1.7 million worth of contracts with 30 clients and 20% revenue growth month on month. Our client list includes Mitsubishi, Airbus, Peugeot, Capgemini, NIST, and of course the US Army.
To sum up, we gathered 4 assets. We have identified a huge market, cracked a complex problem, built a strong team and an efficient lead generation strategy. We are missing one final asset: great VCs with the same passion to help enterprises accelerate their digital transformation.
Alchemist has rolling applications. Our application form is always up and accepting applications. If you're a startup investor and you know super early stage founders who would benefit from our incredible 6-month course, please send them our way. If you have an idea for a startup, don't hesitate to apply. I would love to see your application come in. Just let me know what you're working on, and I'll let you know if Alchemist can help you.
Hi, I'm Martin Zich, CEO and co-founder of Giraffe, and we're strategic finance and planning for the small and mid-market. Simply, we help companies plan smarter, plan faster, plan together. One of our customers said this great quote, and it's, "Accounting is grammar and finance is poetry." Well, what's that got to do with planning? Well, there's no best way to do FP&A. A lot of the tools out there end up relying on spreadsheets or a different kind of enterprise platforms. When you do this, it puts all the burden of expertise on the user or a consultant to implement this for you. That ends up really not painting the true financial picture of your business, and you can model yourself in a corner and you don't really know the best practice that has worked for thousands of companies in your model before. So what we've done here at Giraffe is we've productized strategic finance. How did we do that? Well, we automate the what happened. We pull in all your different data sources so you get the descriptive analytics you need in a matter of minutes. And then you can start pulling in your teams, talking about why did it happen. From there, when you start thinking about what's going to occur next month, next quarter, or next year, you ask what will happen. And when you want to get to a specific goal for your business, that's how can we make it happen. And our goal is to help every single company be able to understand how they can accomplish their goals. And this is done through a driver-based model where you can then have all the different levers and the knobs of your business right at your fingertips, and then be able to build a plan and move forward with speed and confidence. When you do this right, you move from a finance professional serving up information to serving up optimization. And that's the true value of doing FP&A and strategic finance. You start in Giraffe by connecting the tools you already use today. So in a matter of a few minutes, you can connect to your cloud accounting tools such as QuickBooks, Xero, NetSuite, Intacct, and more. Join that data with your payroll system to bring in all of your workforce, and then connect to your CRM, Salesforce, HubSpot, or other operational databases too. With that data at your fingertips, you can now design assumptions the way people think. Your team doesn't need to learn a complex syntax language. You're able to use a simple point-and-click interface to build up all the common patterns for planning. We've looked at thousands of models at this point, and we've made this really delightful and easy for users to do. After that, in 5 clicks or less, you can visualize what's important and share it instantly with your team. Then deliver repeatable, scalable reports and insights. And this goes beyond accounting data into workforce, sales, and other operational data to be able to get that true 360 picture of your business. Your team can share, comment, and collaborate and work on all their different scenarios that they want together, breaking down all the silos you've traditionally had in your business. That gets you a connected planning picture. Our users love this, and they love us. Everyone here is a fan of Giraffe, and it's not just because of our cool giraffe costumes. We're actually the #1 app on G2 Crowd for budgeting and planning. You can check us out. We've won awards as the leader, best support, easiest admin, users most likely to recommend, and best ROI, and the reviews keep on piling in. They love it. And we're just getting started. This market is huge. There's 1.4 million businesses in our target market, anywhere from 10 to 250 employees. And we've done something really unique here. We have an exclusive partnership with CPA.com, the tech and education arm of the AI CPA, to serve Giraffe to the accounting industry. There's 1.2 million businesses that they serve in that target market size. In addition to that, for companies around 50 employees and up, that's usually when you get a controller or a VP of finance in-house. That's our direct channel, and we serve tons of those companies every single day. Our pricing model is very dynamic. We're industry agnostic. We help companies from SaaS to IoT, CPG, life sciences, and more. They'll buy our Pro and our Enterprise SKU anywhere from 10 or 12K up to 25K. And then accounting firms really love us because they're serving tons of different clients across these industries. And they'll get wholesale pricing through our CPA.com partnership and use us to build up an entire FP&A practice. And with that, they get to increase their lifetime value, their gross margins, and ultimately be a true financial partner for their clients. Those firms will start at 6K, and some of them have grown upwards of 200K with us. It's a massive impact we're doing for this industry. And that record growth is continuing right now. Q4 was our best sales quarter ever. We sold over $1 million in new business, and it's just getting started. Our leadership team is set up for success. We have former customers that were directors of finance. We have experienced R&D professionals from companies such as NetSuite Planning and Budgeting and Guideline 401k, and sales leadership from leading companies such as Gusto, Trinet, and Concur. Thanks for taking the time to learn a little bit about Giraffe.
With Mobus, you can build end-to-end personalized text marketing from inbox to sales page. I'm Greg Chen, founder of Mobus. The pandemic changed e-commerce a lot and quickly. We now live in a world of consumers who demand a cookieless reality, where Meta and Google can't share their data anymore. Yet customer retention and return on ad spend still doubles when personalization is adopted. This personalization paradox means every business needs to build their own customer insight to survive. On top of this, the past 3 years have forever changed the way we shop online. Over 75% of e-commerce is now taking place on mobile. Therefore, it's no surprise to see exponentially higher return on investment when offers are sent by opted-in text, while every other communication channel is being ignored. This ever-changing consumer environment has only one constant, and that is business needs a tool to rapidly innovate to meet their buyers' expectations. But with massive change comes massive opportunity for Mobus. So how does our technology solve for this? Many enterprise solutions will tell you that to create a personalized e-commerce experience involves a complex orchestration of data, tools, and team alignment. So besides the Fortune 5,000 companies, how many businesses really have the ability to achieve this? Well, all of them, when they use Mobus. Mobus let businesses of any shape and size to easily create the perfect opportunity to generate revenue. Our readily available template library is full of professionally designed landing pages, all optimized for sales conversion. These templates can be fully customized based on customer data. Our zero-code interface enables any users to deliver a hyper-personalized retail experience lightning fast, whether to 10 or 10 million customers. Mobus is the only text marketing tool that bridges the personalization chasm between the message inbox and the post click-through experience. So how do you personalize your marketing if you don't already possess customer insights? Our analytics engine seamlessly collects individual customer preference across every part of the customer journey, helping marketers improve their conversion rate the more they use Mobus, making every campaign more impactful than the last. I'm sure you've all seen these before. The mess blast text offer that looks like a stone tablet, the endless back and forth chat with a bot that's too eager to sell, and of course, all the pretty pictures begging you not to abandon your cart. A Mobus engagement leaves the strongest impression on your customer. We're the only text marketing tool to offer personalized picture message, ensuring the highest and fastest click-through rate from your inbox. As you know by now, the personalized experience doesn't end here. Mobus transcends text marketing by delivering customer-unique sales pages at scale, realizing true headless e-commerce with contextual call to action that converts without compromise. Anyone can now sell online without a website. Marketers love Mobus. Our international traction is over $3 million ARR, with multinational companies powering our growth at over 100% year on year. Leading the charge is 100% month-on-month growth right here in the US. In just 6 short months, we've surpassed 1,500 users, converted over 150 paying customers, while adding 10 self-signups every single day. We're digging deeper into our market fit. Our US traction alone will exceed 2 million ARR this year, bring our global traction to over $5 million ARR by the end of 2023. With the total addressable market over $100 billion, coupled with product evolution and channel partnerships, we will already have a serviceable market of no less than $30 billion in the next 3 years. Starting with our launch into Shopify this month, we're ready to take on 2023 with the overwhelming support and requests from our pipeline of customers. We have a world-class team. I have more than 15 years of experience leading startups in the mobile engagement space, serving over 500,000 customers globally. Our leadership team has extensive B2B SaaS experience in the US market, having previously worked at Webflow and Mobility, which are core players in the text and no-code MarTech space. Over the past 24 months, Mobus has raised over $5 million from leading international VCs and is on track to reach positive cash flow this year. I'm Greg Chen, founder of Mobus, and I look forward to engaging with you in the coming days.
Hello everyone, I'm James Lee at Stradio. At Stradio, we're building germanium-based, low-cost and compact shortwave infrared camera. We carry around the phone, and inside the phone there is an image sensor. This image sensor is called visible camera, and the market size of this visible camera is about $17 billion. At Stradio, we're building slightly different image sensor that we call shortwave infrared camera. The market size of infrared camera is about $1.5 billion. And with the visible square camera, what you can do is you can actually see through the dusty, foggy day. You can actually see below the silicon surface, so that with this feature, you can do the device analysis. And you can also see the water contents. And using this feature, you can also see the food quality. You can also see the heat, so that people can use the SWIR sensor for the safety. And you can also differentiate all different kind of plastic. SWIR sensor is great, but the problem with the SWIR camera or the sensor is the price. The price of SWIR camera can be sometimes from $20,000 up to $50,000 based on the quality. We believe the market is shifting toward B2B and B2C market because of these ADAS system, automotive industry, and the smartphones and the climate change industry. People want to see things that's not obvious to your naked eye that SWIR sensor can provide. After the launch of BeyondSense camera, we tried to draw where the BeyondSensor camera is located based on the quantum efficiency, sensitivity, and the resolution. Market leaders are indium gallium arsenide-based sensor. Raytheon, Sony, and FLIR are the market leaders. There are also 2 startups trying to catch this market by saying that they can provide very low cost. Their resolution is almost same as the market leaders, but unfortunately, their quantum efficiency or the sensitivity is way below than the market leaders. Beyond Sense is already beating the startups for the sensitivity. And now we want to increase our resolution and also increase the sensitivity to compete with the market leaders. Stradio provide 4 products and services. The first product we launched was the portable spectroscopy that we call LinkSquare. With the launch of our Square sensor, we want to integrate Square sensor to this Square spectroscopy as well. Of course, the main product of our company will be the Beyond Sense shortwave infrared camera. The resolution is slightly lower at the moment, but now we want to increase the resolution and also increase the sensitivity so that this Beyond Sense camera can get the whole market of the Square camera market. Because we had to build the Square camera, we also built the in-house fab. And now we're using this in-house fab as a sensor foundry to make the pilot product from big companies around the area. Our leading team, including myself, graduated from Stanford University for the PhDs. My background is semiconductor. I have 2 co-founders. One has a background in semiconductor. The other one has a background in AI. We are doing our best to build unique and great Square products. Beyond Sense is redefining the future of Square through bringing the Square camera to the wider audience. I hope you join our journey together. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jay Negrelli, SVP of e-commerce at Perry Ellis International. In 2022, one of our strategic initiatives was to provide customers with an alternative to shipping products to their home. We wanted to improve the customer experience by minimizing package theft and lower freight costs by eliminating residential surcharges. I'm happy to say Via Delivery has helped us do just that. They've been a fantastic partner in supporting us with site and warehouse integration, QA testing, and ongoing reporting and customer service. Most importantly, they are results-oriented and have helped us save thousands of dollars each month in freight expense while providing an improved customer experience. I would recommend Via Delivery to all of my colleagues. Thank you.
Mitchell Nikitin here from Via Delivery. In the last 2 months, we launched 6 enterprise brands, grew our ARR to just over 1 million, and positioned for at least 6 million for 2023. But let me start with our product. You are looking at a checkout of one of our customers, Perry Ellis. Do you see anything unique? Yes, that is an alternative to a home delivery that we call buy online, pick up anywhere. Now you can ship your jacket to local Walgreens, Dollar General, or any other local brick and mortar store and later just pick it up from there as a part of your daily commute. Now, why would you even do that instead of home delivery? Well, according to our data, our customers selecting it because it is more cost-effective, it protects from theft, and it is more sustainable. Overall, from 6 to 25% of online shoppers are selecting this option instead of home delivery as we speak. And to frame up the opportunity for you, 6 to 25% of early adoption already means an emerging market segment of $25 billion in the US. That is not to mention in Europe, the adoption of buy online, pick up anywhere already exceeds 50% of all deliveries. Now, what is Via Delivery? Well, first of all, we are technology infrastructure for BOPA. Checkout plugins, label generation, 3PL integration, customer notification, pickup application. If that slide looks complicated for you, well, that is why we are 2.5 years ahead of potential competition. On top of that, Via Delivery is the aggregated network of 36K pickup locations nationwide, with the plans to grow it to 50K to further secure our dominance in the segment. And of course, Via Delivery is the team. I am a former software engineer and a race car pilot, but for the last 15 years, I'm leading supply chain and e-commerce companies. Olga was the CEO of a direct-to-consumer company for 5 years, and she knows pain of both online retailers and online shoppers very well. Jeff was the chief supply chain officer for Bed Bath & Beyond for like 20 years, And Vlad already created a system of this nature overseas, the system that was supporting 70K peak applications. Today, when inflation pushes consumers to cut spendings, online retailers need affordable shipping options to win sales. Via delivery saves at least $3.50 on every single parcel, still using our trusted partners like FedEx for the delivery. So let me sum it up for you. Tens of thousands of online shoppers nationwide have already proven our product market fit. In fact, 36% of them selected our option, even despite having a free home delivery alternative. We are now the only one-stop shop tech solution for the emerging $25 billion market segment. We've aggregated the network that is within 5 miles from 93% of the US population. And Buy Online Pick Up Anywhere transformation had already happened in Europe, and we have data proving that this process is now unfolding in the US as well. So today, I'm excited to announce that in 2023, Via Delivery is leading this transformation for these amazing companies, making the last mile 30% more cost-effective, 50% more sustainable, and 100% more secure. Join us.
At Frontier Bio, we're creating engineered living tissues to disrupt animal testing and save lives. We're a seed-stage startup with over $2.6 million of funding and $3 million of earned and booked revenue. We work with several prestigious institutions as well. Now, over 100 million animals are used annually for drug development and medical device evaluation. Additionally, the vast majority of drugs that succeed in animals ends up failing in human clinical trials. For example, for Alzheimer's, that failure rate is 99.6%. So what if we could put an end to animal testing and use something better? Just a few weeks ago, President Biden signed into action the FDA Modernization Act 2.0. Now companies can transition away from testing on animals. This is perfect timing for Frontier Bio because we're at the forefront of tissue engineering. So what is tissue engineering? It is the use of cells derived from humans to create tissue constructs in the lab that function just like real human tissue. These can be organoids, organ-on-a-chip devices, and even 3D bioprinted tissues. The end use is for drug testing, toxicity screening, and medical device testing. It's a $20 billion market. There are very exciting medical applications of tissue engineering as well, like 3D bioprinted blood vessels and organs that can be implanted. And that market is over $100 billion. To earn revenue without having to go through the FDA process ourselves, we started selling blood vessels for medical device testing and surgical training. We chose blood vessels as a starting point because they are the foundation for all other tissues. We invented a novel blood vessel fabrication technique to replace animal studies and eventually for replacing diseased blood vessels. We aim to one day provide engineered tissues to patients, but we're starting first with replacing animal studies. Since then, we've earned over $3 million in revenue, not only for blood vessels, but for lung, neural, and nerve microtissues as well. The long-term applications of our blood vessels includes grafts for coronary artery bypass and peripheral artery disease. The key takeaway from this slide is that the best synthetic vascular grafts have very high failure rates due to being synthetic. A living tissue-engineered vascular graft made from the patient's own cells will not have these issues, and our method is the way to get there. I want to back up a bit and give one quick example of how we are replacing animal studies for neurovascular research. Aneurysms come in all shapes and sizes. Correspondingly, there are hundreds of designs and devices for treating them. So in order to develop and test new medical devices for aneurysms, typically the researcher must create an aneurysm in a number of rabbits and test on those. The result is that the aneurysm geometry is uncontrolled, the cellular response is not equal to the human response, it's time-consuming, expensive, and cruel. That's where Frontier Bio comes in. We've patented a novel blood vessel fabrication technique, and we were awarded the prestigious SBIR grant from the National Science Foundation for our invention, and we collaborate with the Mayo Clinic for testing. This is just one example of how our team is revolutionizing this field. We've grown to 12 employees this year, and we have over 25 years of experience in the bioprinting and tissue engineering world. We have an impressive advisory board as well. I hope that you will join Frontier Bio on our mission to disrupt animal testing and save lives with bioengineered tissue. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bharat Vijay. I'm the CEO of Material. We solve the problem of product discovery for e-tailers. We're an Alchemist company. Let's talk to our team. Christopher Sandman built our algorithm. Kyle Norton, a veteran, guides us on strategy. Anu Mahal, a designer herself, guides our fashion AI. Jayant Vijayaraghavan is our stellar product leader, and Argya Sanyal has architected one of the most robust systems today online. We have a fantastic group of advisors that's really committed to us solving the problem of why is the online world performing at 1/10 of the offline world even after 25 years? Why are they spending $36 billion annually to have 59% of the users bounce immediately? To better understand this, we actually worked with almost 300 retailers and marketplaces. And all of them said that despite personalization, what they need is rapid, in-the-moment product discovery. The new privacy rules are a great opportunity for the technology that Material is about to unveil. We understood that product discovery needs 4 pillars. The first of them is breakthrough image processing or visual AI. We want to understand what that small image that the consumer sees on their smartphone means to them. We then went ahead and worked with almost 1 million shoppers to understand their journey, their shopping journey online. In that short session, how do they buy? We actually built that into our AI system. We then understood what themes, why is a user buying? Is it a festival? Is it an occasion? Is it for somebody else? Is it a mood? Is it an emotion? And our AI captures all of these, both globally, ethnically, and thematically. And we then brought the whole thing together in a single adaptive consumer experience that learns with the user. We completed developing our technology August of 2022, but we've piloted every piece of our technology for the last 2 years. And in fact, we are the only solution that brings all these 4 pillars together and have 16 patents to capture our IP so far. We've worked with small players on Shopify all the way to the billion-dollar e-commerce giants like Blibli. And today, 34 million visitors per month and almost $100 million annually is flowing through the Material engine. But why does this work? Let's try to understand why in-the-moment product discovery means so much to a retailer. Sales goes up, but it really allows user engagement to happen. They see more products. Once they do that, then a lot of the other parameters change. For example, they are delighted with the experience, so returning users goes up, conversion rate goes up, orders goes up. And for this retailer, for example, we've driven a whopping 592% jump in the sales after marketing. Do you remember 59% of users bounced? We are showing these results for every retailer that's worked with us. Higher engagement, more consistency, better click-through rate, and overall better conversions. The results are just phenomenal. We are ahead of our competitors because we are the only ones that do image processing, text processing, thematic curation, bring it all together dynamically and in real time. We have begun to revenue this. We are seeing revenues from June of this year, and we have line of sight access till end of this year about $260K and all the way up to end of next year about $1.1 million, leading up to about what we believe is about $70 million in revenues over the next 5 years. The proof is in the pudding. This TAM is very huge. It's $34 billion for fashion apparel alone. We are not limited to fashion apparel. In fact, all of e-commerce, and we're not even limited to e-commerce. Our customers really say the most on behalf of Material. They say we are selling products that they've never been able to sell before, and they're immensely happy to work with the Material team. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Tadas, the co-founder and CEO of Below, a video production marketplace for businesses. There is no doubt that video is ruling the internet. In fact, it's predicted that 82% of all traffic will be video. However, the process of video production is complex and costly, making it almost impossible for brands to produce quality videos at scale without burning through their marketing budgets. This is where Billo steps in. We found a unique way of scaling video production, making it not only efficient but truly affordable as well. How? We connect businesses with vetted video creators and editors working from their home studios all over the States. In fact, over the last 2 years, our creators have delivered 75,000 videos for 15,000 brands in the US market alone. This presents a unique global market opportunity for Billo. For now, we have been focusing on delivering short video ads, but by expanding the number of use cases and markets, we could ultimately become a billion-dollar company. Okay, now let me show you how it works. Hit the button Get Video and complete the brief. Our creators can better meet your goals with a clear vision and detailed instructions. Once the task is approved, interested creators will apply and you will be able to choose from at least 20 creators. After choosing a creator, please ship your product. The creator will have 5 days to upload the video. Review the video and approve it. In case you don't like it, you will have up to 2 edit requests available, but I'm confident that you will enjoy the video. Billo is super easy. Now meet the people who make Billo what it is today, our lovely creators.
Hey there, I'm Jerry Penaflorida. I'm a full-time software engineer, but on the side, I have a huge passion for product videography, being on camera, and making great content.
I've been a creator with Billo for over 1.5 years now, and I've made almost 20 grand working for Billo.
I've been working with Billo for over a year now. Right now, I've earned over $16,000 on Billo.
And it's that additional money that being a Billo creator provides.
Me being a Billo content creator means that I get paid to do what I love.
I would say that Billo is a one-of-kind platform where you can do what you love and get paid for it from day one.
If I had to describe Billo in one sentence, it would be creative, fun, money.
The best side hustle app for creators ever.
Compared to general marketplaces and legacy agencies, Billo excels in all aspects of business. Low pricing, quality assurance, and fast delivery speed. Currently, we are a remote team of 46 people. I founded and exited a marketplace company, Pet24. Prior to Billo, my co-founder Donatas was the CEO of startup incubator backed by the biggest tech university in Lithuania. Our product lead Darius founded a marketplace that was later acquired by Treatwell. It was Billo. Thank you and take care.
And that's Demo Day. Remember to leave us feedback in the vault. We really value your criticism. We incorporate it into our plans going forward. Thank you so much for your time and attention. It's been a pleasure to have you. It's been a pleasure to host this class. We hope to see you all at next Demo Day.